everything is okay right here.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, hey girlies! So today's video, I'm excited because you're probably not because you're in school. I hated high school. I feel really bad for you if you're watching this right now and you're in high school because I didn't. High school was probably not the best experience for me, but today's video, I'm gonna teach you how you can make it a good experience because a bitch was miserable. And I know that might have just scared some of you, like, ooh, like, Vanessa, like, does that mean I'm gonna have a miserable high school career? No, I'm here today to help you. So you guys, your girl did not have the best high school experience. I went through some shit. I experienced some shit, but I got you. Let my mistakes, let my faults, let my high school career teach you how to make yours poppin'. So you guys, we are going to start with freshman year and then we will go on from there. This might be a little bit of a longer video, but I need y'all to hear this. This is about to be the realest high school advice you ever got. I'm not about to just say, join a club, go to parties, have fun. Like, no, I'm going to tell you how to be successful. I just burped. I'm going to teach you how to be a poppin' successful student. Let me tell y'all a little bit about my freshman year of high school. And I know some of you are probably in middle school and you're watching this like, what about us? What about us? What about you? What could possibly go on during middle school that you need advice for? Like, I'm sorry, you guys. In middle school, I was playing outside with my brother and our friends. I was playing Sims 2 on the computer when I had the time. I was doing my homework. I was going to school, being with my friends. Of course, there were the occasional bullies that like to make fun of me. But aside from that, what advice do you need for middle school? You're in 5th or 6th grade. You need to just be a kid. You don't need to be worrying about makeup. You do not need to be worrying about boys. You do not need to be worrying about, like, she's my best friend and she's been my friend for like 5 months and I don't know what I'm gonna do because I think she's mad at me. Bitch, she probably ain't even gonna be your friend once you get to high school. I'm gonna be real with you. Like I said, the realest high school advice you're ever going to hear. Most of the time, 80% of the time, the people that you end up, you know, being friends with in junior high and middle school, you're not friends in high school anymore because people change, things change, feelings change too. So let me just be real with y'all. Like, I'm not trying to come across as a negative Nancy or a bitch, but that's what it is. I had friends that I was cool with for 5 years, y'all. Then we went to high school and bye. Everything changed. Everyone starts hanging out with different crowds. Everyone tries to define themselves. High school is all about discovery. You are going through puberty. You are becoming a woman. Boys are becoming boys because they're still not men even at 21. So you are just going through a huge change. So don't get sad. I mean, you're gonna get sad. I got sad. But don't feel disheartened. Don't feel discouraged. You're going to find your group of friends that are going to be your bitches through high school and you're gonna be good. So don't worry about middle school. Enjoy it. Like, I beg of you, enjoy it because once you get to high school, and then after high school, you'll see how my life is going, right? So, let's get on to freshman year. Freshman year is the most important year of your high school career, and I am not exaggerating, y'all. Y'all know what GPA is? Grade point average? That shit matters. What is new? What's new? Every time I film a video, a bitch wants to set her house on fire. Oh Lord Jesus, it's on fire. Okay, get to them quicker. Why are you taking so long? They're probably roasting in there by now. Come on. So freshman year is the most important year of your high school career, you guys, because your GPA of that year will affect the rest of your high school years. If you don't know what your GPA does for you, basically it shows your grade point average on how you did with all of your classes, your grades. They put them all together, they get an average, boom, that's what you get. And that's what you show to schools such as trade schools, community colleges, universities, Ivy League schools, ooh. And I want every single one of you to at least try to get into a university because, you guys, I'm gonna get into finances in a second because I know a lot of people get discouraged growing up. I know I did because I did not grow up with money at all. I already had the impression in my mind that I'm not going to have any support with college fees. It was never even brought up that my parents would you know, pay for my college. No one ever said, oh, we have a college fund set up for you. No, because we were living check by check. So I already knew, and I was a little bit discouraged. Like, am I gonna even go to college? Like, I'm not gonna be able to afford it. My parents can afford it. Most kids' parents help them for it and help them with it and all that stuff. But then I remembered there's a way around that. And that's why I'm bringing it up, because a lot of people will go into high school saying, oh, my parents couldn't afford college. I'm not gonna be able to afford it. Honey boo boo. Scholarships, financial aid, and getting a job. I know that sounds easier said than done, and some of you might be like, shut up, Vanessa, like, who are you trying to tell about a job? Well, guess what, honey boo boo, once again, your bitch was working 3 jobs at one point to afford to eat, as well as my books and my classes. You cannot be discouraged. The only reason that you are not going to get what you want is because you're not working hard for it. So let's continue on. If finances are something that are If finances are something that are scaring you and is holding you back, work hard. Work hard. If you live in Arizona, I'm not sure if this is something anywhere else, but I'm pretty sure it exists in other states, because I mean, it's still a college thing. At community colleges, you can get the President's Scholarship if you get a B average in every class. Your classes are paid for. So you guys, there is always a way. You don't have to go to university. You don't have to go to a trade school. If you can even just go to a community college and start off there, you are way ahead of a lot of other people. So don't feel discouraged or feel less of yourself because you're going to a junior college or a community college. Like, you're like, oh, I just want to go to university, or I don't want to go at all. Bitch, go. If you work hard, other colleges, universities will even grant you scholarships. I remember a bitch didn't have the highest GPA, but mine wasn't low either, and I still managed to get university scholarships. And I'm not the brightest block on the block, or is it the brick? I can't even think, see? I'm not the brightest chip off the block. There it is. I'm not stupid either, but if a bitch was able to do that, why can't you? So let my dumbass be an example. If I did it, so can you. There are so many scholarships you can apply for, whether it be writing a 2-page paper, writing a poem about the color blue. If you're Native American, you can get a scholarship. If you're fond of plants and you know 30 kinds of plants, like there's literally like things for everything. You guys, don't be discouraged. There is always going to be a way to get that coin and get your education. So please do not go into high school thinking my parents didn't, so I'm not going to. No. The world revolves around money, and as sad as that sounds, it is what it is. So you need to accept that. And jobs are getting harder to get these days. Like, things are just, the world is rough. So you need to really think about your future from a younger age, and that's so sad. So going into your freshman year, I definitely recommend that you focus on your classes a lot. Yes, you can make friends. Yes, you should definitely be social. Don't, you know, bury yourself in books and not have a social life, because that is going to affect you into your adulthood. I really believe that your social interactions that you develop and your social, like how do I explain it? If you shield yourself away, for example, like I have a cousin that she doesn't really have a lot of friends, and she doesn't go out and do anything. She doesn't really hang out with anyone. She kind of goes in her little turtle shell, and that's going to affect her for her adulthood. That's going to affect how you build relationships in the future. That's going to affect how you trust people. That's going to affect a lot of things. So definitely get yourself out there and make friends. And if you're shy, I was shy too, and I'm gonna share a secret. It's not even a secret, I've talked about this before. I used to eat lunch by myself, you guys, on the wall for a really long time. I did not really have any friends my freshman year of high school, and every time I did try to make a friend, it just didn't end up working out. At one point, I thought this boy wanted to be my friend, but in reality, he was just trying to take advantage of me because I was a freshman and he was a junior. So, didn't really have good experience with friends myself, but there is always that other kid that feels the exact same way as you. Even if you guys don't seem like you would click at first, bitch, sit down with them at lunch. Say hey. Like, there's always gonna be that one kid who's by themselves, and I really wish that somebody would have sat next to me. And I really wish I would have tried to sit next to someone, but I was too scared myself. Definitely try to make friends, and if you are not succeeding in that, join a club of something that sparks your interest. If you like Pokemon, join the Pokemon club. That was actually the largest club in my school, believe it or not. If you join a club of something that is, you know, amazing to you that you're passionate about, those people are passionate about it as well, so you guys are just gonna click off of that automatically. So there's always a way to make a friend. If you enjoy playing sports, join a sports team and you will build a bond with your teammates. My freshman year of high school, I took classes ahead of other people just because I wanted to, you know, have an easier schedule by senior year. I am pretty sure other people's school have this thing where you can go off campus early, and I wanted that my senior year. And I also went to a prep school the year before, so we were taking freshman year classes in 8th grade, so hallelujah, I didn't have to take some of them. So if you have the opportunity to boost yourself up a little bit and go into a higher math class, push yourself. If you have the opportunity to take the next history class because you already know all this other shit, push yourself. If you can take honors, I know not every high school offers an honors class your freshman year, but if you have the opportunity and you're pretty good at writing, you're pretty good at reading, push yourself. Not only are colleges going to look at that, but you're also going to feel really good at the end of the day knowing that you did that. So like I said, definitely join a club, and if you're into sports, try out for the sports team, and if you don't make it, train harder and try out the next year. Don't be discouraged. And please focus on your grades. Freshman year is scary. You're going into a bigger school. It's full of different people. Just do not fall into the wrong crowd, you guys. I saw freshman kids having sex. I saw that some of them got pregnant. I saw kids smoking weed in the bathroom. I saw kids popping Xanax. I saw kids doing all this crazy shit that I never seen in my life. I'm not judging those children, but I'm judging them. Not sure where their parents went wrong, but they did. You need to focus on your future. You need to go do your fucking homework before you go to that party, before you go and hang out, because at the end of the day, those people are not paying your bills. Those people are not going to be there with you when you don't have a job and you're gonna be homeless or sleeping in your car. They're not gonna be there. No, they're gonna go and fucking party. You need to focus on yourself, because at the end of the day, all you have is you and you can't depend on other people. And you may be thinking, oh, I just really wanted to go to this party, but I have this test the next day. Well, are those people at the party going to get you that A? Are those people at that party going to set up your future for you? No. So you need to focus on yourself. Your sophomore year, to me, I feel like it wasn't that difficult. That's the year that I actually started to make friends. It was a lot more easier for me because I was used to the school, I was used to the environment. Luckily, I didn't have to switch schools again. I switched schools a couple of times growing up, so I was glad that, like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna actually stay here. So I was pretty comfortable. I knew some of the teachers. I joined dance, and that was like a first for me. I definitely was able to build friendships with people through doing things that I liked. It's funny how I met my best friend, actually, Sabrina. We were wearing the same shoes. Like, we both got the same silver sandals from Target, and that's literally how we became friends, because I sat by her and I was like, are we wearing the same sandals? She's like, dude, no way, did you get it from Target? I'm like, yeah, I got it from Target. And we became best friends. So the stupidest things will, you know, build friendships, and like me and her ended up being best friends throughout high school. So sophomore year for me wasn't that difficult. I mean, I kind of just flew through it, I guess you could say. But junior year, bitch. Junior year was pretty fucking stressful, because then you realize I have one more year of high school left after this, and I need to know what I'm doing with my life afterwards. So for junior year, I definitely would recommend you start touring colleges, you start trying to figure out what you want to do. I would definitely take the PSAT, which is the pre-SAT, which will help you, you know, get an idea for what's going to be on the test. And I know, like, some people think that's like really scary, like, fuck, I don't want to take the SAT, like, that's terrifying. But please take the pre-SAT. It's going to help you a ton. I'm so glad that I took it, y'all, because I was able to see what I was going to be set up for the next year of high school. And if I wouldn't have taken it, I think my score would have been really, really low. It's not an easy test. It's definitely an overall of everything that you've learned throughout high school, plus more. Usually they're held the summer after your sophomore year, so going into junior year, you're able to take it that summer before, so you can have an idea of, like I said, what the SAT is going to be like. My junior year, like I said, it was a little stressful, mainly because of boys. And I definitely recommend you don't do that. Like, I feel like junior year is when people are starting to like really grow up, and that's when a lot of people start getting in relationships. Like, yeah, you might have one in like your freshman year of high school, but I feel like during like junior and senior year is when relationships start to like really get serious. So I think if you are putting too much time into a relationship, if you are noticing that you are doing too much and giving too much, whether it be a boy or a girl, and your other things are starting to lack, whether it be your sports or your grades or your friendships, just remember, bros before hoes and sisters before misters. Your friends should always come before your significant other going through all of that, like going through high school, because at the end of the day, who's going to be there to hear you cry when y'all break up? Not saying you're going to, but who's going to be there for you when you have all the problems in the relationship? Who's going to be there for you when this happens, this happens? You don't want to push your friends away, because I noticed a lot of girls did that in high school. They would only start hanging out with their boyfriends. They would start neglecting their friendships. They wouldn't want to chill with their best friends anymore, because all they wanted to do was be with their boyfriend. And then at the end of the day, when the relationship would end, they had no friends anymore. If you're able to balance everything and you're responsible, then go ahead and be in a relationship. Go ahead and, you know, do you. But if you notice that you're slacking on your path, then you don't need to be doing that. A lot of people always ask me, what do you think is the right age to date? And I will always say after high school. I mean, yeah, I had a little boo thing in high school, but I would definitely wait until after, because most of the time high school relationships don't even last. They're very childish. They're never like a real mature relationship, but they could also prepare you for relationships in the future. But I'm still always gonna say that I definitely think you should wait until you're out of high school, because you need to focus on yourself once again. Like, I know like some of the things I'm saying might sound really selfish, but like I said, at the end of the day, like, all you have is you. You have your credit, you have your coin, you have your self-worth. Like, I hope I'm not coming across as like someone who's always like thinking about money, thinking about this, thinking about that, but like I said, like, it's scary. The world is revolved around money and bills, and you don't want to be in a bad place when you grow up, because you always have time for relationships, you always have time for friendships, but a lot of those things can be jeopardized when you're struggling as an adult. When I was 18 years old, I was kicked out of my house. My dad told me since I was 13, when you're 18, you're getting kicked out. You're getting kicked out because you need to be an adult and you need to go do your own thing. And I wasn't ready at all. So I ended up having to work a ton of jobs. And yes, I had YouTube, but I wasn't making money from it. I was doing it as a hobby. So I had to, you know, really work hard, and I was in school and I was paying for tuition and I was paying for books because I didn't get any financial aid. So it was a little stressful, and I did try to be in a relationship at that time, and it didn't end up working out because I was stressing so hard about like, fuck, I gotta pay my rent. How am I gonna pay my water bill? I need to pay this, I need to pay that. Like, I was stressing out so much about all these other things that it was messing up the relationship I had with this boy. So you need to realize, like I said, I know it sounds selfish at first, but at the end of the day, all you have is you. And yes, love is amazing, love is beautiful, but the world revolves around fucking money, and it's evil and it sucks. So you need to think about your future, and you need to, you know, make sure you're in a good place. Not everybody's gonna go to college, I understand that, but just being good in school and having a good work ethic in high school is gonna prepare you for a good work ethic as an adult. You don't have to go to college to make money. There's a lot of people that are millionaires that didn't even go to school. And I mean, that's not everybody's case though, so don't get excited. So you need to at least have that good work ethic to start with. So if you don't end up going to college, you need to be prepared to work your butt off, finding a good job that's gonna pay the bills, that's gonna have you, you know, set up for your future. I know so many friends, you guys, of mine that are struggling really bad right now. Like, and I wish I could help them, but you can't be a backbone for people who are adults. I have friends that did extremely well in school, had opportunities to go to universities, Ivy League schools, and they turned it all down to stay in muggy Arizona with their boyfriend. And now they're struggling to pay rent. And all they could afford is Kraft macaroni and cheese, Great Value macaroni and cheese. Like, you don't want to struggle, and that's why I'm saying you need to focus on yourself before you focus on other people, because sometimes other people can drag you down. And that's the harsh reality of it. So junior year, take your PSAT, start looking at colleges if that's what you want to do, or start thinking of what you want to do after high school. Whether it be becoming a construction worker, or you want to start a business, or you want to be a nail tech, or you want to do hair. Whatever it is, just make sure that you have some sort of plan, because the next year is going to fly. When I tell you that senior year flew by so fast for me, you guys, it flew like a motherfucking road runner, bitch. My senior year wasn't as bad because I only had to focus on school and my work, and I didn't have as many classes, so I was able to like chill a little bit. But I was pretty nervous because when you think about it, like, that's your last year of high school, and yeah, some kids are able to stay home and live with their parents. Like, I got some friends that still live with their parents, and I'm 20 and they're like 21, 22, because I was younger than everybody. I graduated at 17 years old, and a lot of my friends were graduating at 18, 19. So definitely there are some friends of mine that still live at home and they still have, you know, the luxury of that. But I also have some that don't. It is a little scary when you have to realize that you're about to be an adult, and there's a lot of parents that are very strict, and once you turn 18, I've seen this happen. Once again, I'm using all these examples. I've seen it happen where I've had a friend that was 18 years old, and because they were 18, their parents were like, fine, get out. You're gone. You're kicked out. Like, and I'm not saying everybody's parents are like that, but it happened to them, and it kind of happened to me. So once you turn 18, your parents have that little thing above you, like, oh, you're an adult, so you can get kicked out. You can, like, that might be petty, but it's parents sometimes. And we're young, we say shit that we don't mean, we do things that we don't mean, we get in trouble, we make mistakes, and sometimes those mistakes have consequences. So you need to make sure you have a plan. Isn't it scary? Like, just thinking about it. Like, I'm glad that, you know, I'm in the place that I am today, and I'm very, very grateful for every single one of you, because it's really scary. Like, it's really, really scary being an adult and being on your own. It was really scary being 18 years old and having to leave the nest, and I was bitter, I was upset, because all of my other friends were basically like chilling at their parents' house, no bills, no nothing, and I was struggling to pay my bills and go to school and all this shit, and it felt really unfair. But I'm glad that I went through it, because I wouldn't be the person that I am today if I wouldn't have. So my senior year, like I said, was pretty easy breezy. It flew very, very fast. I already had a plan of what I wanted to do for college, because like I said, I needed to have a plan for what I wanted to do, because my dad was scaring me. So I made sure that I knew what I was going to do. Okay. Senior year was probably a pretty fun year for me, aside from this boy breaking my heart and not going to prom with me because he didn't want to all of a sudden and wanted to take another girl. Aside from all of that, it was a pretty good experience. The friends that I made my senior year, now, just like middle school, when you're going into high school, a lot of those people you're not gonna fuck with anymore. When I tell you, when I left high school, y'all, everyone vanished. Of course, I had like 2 friends left, but literally everyone went their separate ways. Like, nobody really fucked with each other anymore. Like, the only contact everyone kept with each other was like Facebook. There are a lot of students who will just try to float through the couple of years, and then senior year comes along and they're like, fuck, what am I supposed to do? High school should be a good experience for you. Of course, it's going to be stressful, so don't think it's going to be easy, because it won't be. It is a test, basically, for your adulthood. It is preparing you. It's a course, basically. So you guys, I want you to know that there's always a light at the end of the rainbow. And yes, it's going to be a little stressful getting there. There's going to be a few barricades. There's going to be a couple of, you know, dramatic situations. There's going to be some drama. There's going to be some heartbreak sometimes, some friendships lost. So yeah, you need to work your ass off. There's no time for excuses. There's no time to be lazy these next 4 years of your life. And it's gonna be stressful. There's gonna be some drama once again. But at the end of the day, you're gonna be good. You're gonna make it through. Like Degrassi says, I know I can make it. I can make it through. Literally, people keep dying in that damn show. People get drug addictions. People are falling down mountains. And they're still graduating, so can you. You got this. I believe in you. If you need any help with anything, you need any advice, drop a comment below. We're gonna treat this as a support system in the comments. If anyone needs help, if anyone needs advice on anything, I will try to reply to as many comments as possible. So if you have any questions, leave them below. Just remember, you got this. You're a bomb ass bitch. You're that bitch. And you're going to get that scholarship. You're going to get that financial aid. You're going to get that degree, and you are going to set yourself up for a beautiful future. Some people are going to get offended by this video. Some people are going to get triggered. They're going to be like, wow, you just make it seem so easy. It could be easy though. I'm sorry, it could be easy. I'm not saying it is going to be easy, but it could be easier. So yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. It was a pretty long one, but I feel like I was able to get everything out that I needed to say because I want nothing but success for my baby rats. Next video is going to be a very important, special announcement that a lot of you guys, I want you guys to know. So stay tuned for that. It's really exciting. It's really crazy. It's something that I never expected. If you bite the camera, I swear, Charlie, it's something that I did not see, you know, happening at this age in my life, but it did, and I'm grateful and I'm really happy. So stay tuned for that next video on my channel, and I will see you guys all in my next one. Bye.